Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
And you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection, where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is the show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show. Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. This is your morning host and co-host, DJ Kitty and Miss Morningstar, and we are from Our Plugs, the community connection. And today we have an amazing show scheduled for everyone that is listening. Today is regulating your emotions and owning your day. So I am excited to hear from Counselor Nikki as well as Miss Jack on doing it exactly that. You know, you're never too old to learn, and there's nothing that you can't absorb if you're willing to, take the time to take in some new information. So let us get started on a wonderful show. So we have agreed now, y'all know it is still Black History Month. And let's give a shout out to Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson. Let us give him all the accolades because as a child, I remember him fighting for our civil rights. And unfortunately, he was called home to glory. And I want to send a my heartfelt condolences to his family, to his friends, to those who loved and cared about him. I know he will be missed. He had brought a lot of things to the forefront that people did not know was happening, and he allowed and fought along with along with Martin Luther King on getting and retaining people of color our right to vote, and so many other accolades that I can give him. We lost a great one. You know, everyone has a story. Everyone has been through, trials and tribulations. But I respected Jesse Jackson from a child. I actually saw him as a young person. I was still a teenager when I had the privilege of hearing him speak at my high school. And that was, I'm not going to age myself, but that was many, many, many years ago. And from there, I have always admired his strength. So rest easy, job well done. When you get up there, Jesse, say hello to my mama and my daddy. We as a nation are mourning one of our greats. So rest in peace, rest in heaven. And let's go ahead and get into these Black history facts. You know, the Black history facts that they neglect, whether it's intentional or not, to tell us about as we were growing up. So let's start with redlining and discriminatory housing policies. They systematically limited Black wealth accumulation and legacy, still evident to this day. So many people of color were turned down for loans, although their counterparts, white people, were not. That is the reason why civil rights was so impactful, because we were being treated unfairly and unjustly. And Reverend Martin Luther King, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and so many others fought for us to be able to own homes, How, I mean, just imagine, just put that in your mind. We had to, our ancestors had to fight for the right to own homes. They had to fight for the right to vote. They had to fight every liberty that we are given today. It wasn't just given when the Civil War was done. People had to protest and they had to fight for our rights. And, they're trying to take them away to this very day, but we're not having that. Anyway, these facts reveal a broader global and nuanced history of Black contributions in diplomacy, medicine, science, culture, politics, and community building. They highlight the resilience, innovation, and leadership of Black individuals and communities, emphasizing the importance of integrating these stories into education to provide a fuller understanding of our history. I need y'all to understand Black history is 365 days a year. Black history is American history 24/7. That is your Black History Facts from DJ Kitty. Now I'm going to turn the floor over to Mrs. Morningstar so she can give us our affirmations. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. How are you?
I'm well. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday morning. Happy Mental Health Day, because today is about our mental health. And how's your mental health? Emotional regulation?
I
Day?
mean, yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I was saddened to hear the loss of Reverend Jackson,
Yeah,
a
too.
pioneer in our lives at this moment. He was the first person to be able to give us an introduction to who Dr. Martin Luther King really was, because so many of us didn't have the opportunity to see Dr. King in action because he was assassinated at such an early age. So
Yeah.
thank you, Reverend Jackson, for your service. Now
Yeah.
you rest in power. Get your rest because it ain't nothing but chaos here. Get
Baby,
your rest. Get
please
your
get your
rest.
rest.
All right, guys. So good morning, good evening to Toxic and everybody else listening on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. How y'all doing? Let's get into these affirmations. Powerful emotional healing affirmations. We need those sometimes. Affirmations that give us a range of things that will help us all throughout our day. Emotional healing isn't just about moving past pain. It's about transforming the way you think and feel about yourself along the way. I think affirmations can be a quiet yet powerful ally in this journey. By
Mm,
affirming our worth and nurturing our spirit with gentle, positive words, we start to believe in the possibilities of healing and happiness again. So, let me share with you guys a couple of affirmations. The first group is going to be about self compassion. I treat myself with the kindness I offer to others. I am learning to be gentle with myself on hard days. My self worthy is not determined by other perspectives. I allow myself the grace to make mistakes and grow. Today, I choose to speak to myself with love and respect. I am worthy of the same patience I give my friends. Every part of my journey is important, including this one. I accept my emotions and understand they are temporary. I am my best source of motivation. I challenge My challenges do not define me. My resilience does. So let's go on to the next set, y'all. This is affirmations for emotional release. I allow myself to feel and then let go. I am not my emotions, but I honor them. Today, I release what no longer serves me. I choose to let go of past hurts and embrace now. It's okay to cry, to laugh, and to heal. My heart is open to healing and new beginnings. I forgive myself for my past mistakes. I'm shedding the weight of old burdens today. Letting go is a choice I make for my peace. I cleanse my mind of negative thoughts and invite positivity. Okay. So these are ways you guys can do emotional cleanses and just emotional healing. Use the affirmations and enjoy your day.
Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Morningstar. As always, so informative and much needed. So, Holly Springs, Memphis, Tennessee, and everyone that's listening in, here's your daily reminder to drink your 16 ounces of water as soon as you get up. Go ahead and get those morning medications and go ahead and take some vitamins as well. Vitamins are very crucial as we age. We need that extra boost, and get you a great breakfast. I'm talking, a good breakfast, something healthy and healing, because today is your day, and it's your day to own the day. So let's go ahead and get into this weather. Oh my, Holly Springs, Mississippi. You guys have some great weather coming your way. Today, a high of 68, a low of 60. Feels like 68 during the day, 56 at night, with a 6% chance of rain. Winds out of the south southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. There are cloudy conditions today, still a beautiful day. Humidity is high during the day, very high at night. Air quality is very good. Get out there and breathe. 68 degrees, gotta love it. Memphis, Tennessee, high today of 69, a low of 61. Feels like 68 during the day, 59 at night. Winds out of the south southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cloudy conditions as well. Humidity is high during the day, very high at night, and air quality is very good. Come on through, H-Town, Houston. Boy, let me tell you, we have some summer weather. Today we have a high of 80 degrees, a low of 69, feels like 81 during the day, 67 at night. Winds out of the south southwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour, pretty windy. It's going to be a cloudy day. Humidity is high during the day, very high at night. However, air quality is poor due to allergies. And anyone who has allergies, y'all know I am telling the truth. If you're in Houston, right about now, it is allergy season and we're still in wintertime. So brace yourselves, but get out there and enjoy this weather.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was loving that weather yesterday. It was just the perfect storm. It was warm. It wasn't too warm. It had a nice breeze. It was like you could walk the park kind of weather.
Are you bragging
A
because you
little
off?
bit, just a little bit, y'all. Don't say don't hold me to it. Just a little bit, little brag.
A little brag because you didn't have to go to work. Miss Morningstar, I don't like that when you brag. And I
Yeah,
was in the
they
office.
gave me the Fat Demons day off, so but they
I
paid
don't
me for it.
I don't even recognize him. The presidents I recognize don't have orange faces and
Well, I
aren't
represented
in the Epstein.
Barack yesterday. It was
Hello,
all about Barack yesterday.
all about Barack.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
great president of all time.
that demon. He's a little obsessed with Barack. Would you call
He
him obsessed?
is. It's quite disturbing. I just don't get why he can't get that man off his mind. It is quite peculiar. I'm trying
Mm.
to understand what is I mean, I get it. We are irresistible. I get it. But
It's your infatuation with Barack.
I mean, Barack may need to file some papers because this he
Okay,
got
a
stalker.
restraining order at this point.
Yeah, he got stalker energy.
He does. It's stalker energy. It's sitting outside your house waiting,
Yeah.
duck down in the bushes type energy because dude is tripping with himself a
Yes,
lot.
he is.
But we aren't really surprised at this. However, let me say this. I am finding myself a bit surprised at some of the Republicans. I'm reading an article right now. Republicans join with Dems on constitutional amendment to give Congress power to reject Trump's pardons. Oh, really? Oh, really? Representative Don Bacon, he's a Republican out of Nebraska, of all places. Somebody got in his ear. signed on Monday to co-sponsor a Democratic-led bill to amend the U.S. Constitution to give Congress oversight of presidential pardons, a measure aimed at pushing back at Trump's highly controversial use of his presidential pardon power. Yeah, because he's pardoning criminals.
I mean, like
well-known criminals.
for real dangerous criminals. Like,
Yeah. Criminals who have done nefarious things. You name it. It's like a prerequisite. You got to be the worst of the worst, and then drop a couple mil, put it in his bank account. He's gonna give you a pardon.
don't free you.
It's a quid pro quo. It's bribery. I don't know. It's illegal. But the bill was introduced by Rep. Johnny Olszewski, Democrat out of Maryland. I butchered his name, but my bad. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. Last December, and would allow for a minimum of 20 House members and 5 senators to call for a congressional review of pardons, which would lead to a 60-day deadline for Congress to nullify that pardon with a 2/3 majority vote, similar to a veto override. So he can't just willy-nilly give everybody who's paying him a pardon. The rep from Maryland, I'm not even going to try and say his last name, I'm just going to call him Johnny by his first name, announced his bill, the Pardon Integrity Act. Integrity, let me read it. Let me just keep reading because I don't, integrity. They got a lot of nerves. In a floor speech listing off some of Trump's most controversial pardons, including a blanket pardon for all J6ers. He just gave them a blanket pardon, and a lot of them have been rearrested for, touching people, touching children, touching, assault, all kinds of things. But here we are with the president who's given a blanket pardon. He said none of us should accept it as a normal practice that any president, use their executive pardon power to absolve convicted narcotics kingpins, those found guilty of violently attacking law enforcement officers, because what happened to Back the Blue, and even a money laundering crypto magnate with ties to the president's family business. He's given pardons to these people. He has given pardons to these people who don't deserve pardons. They need to be sitting in prison along with him. So Johnny announced that Bacon was joining his bill, writing, "The Constitution does not give any president the authority to place themselves above the law. I'm proud to have this Congressman Bacon join this effort because safeguarding democracy and upholding justice should never be a partisan issue. When the pardon power is abused to protect criminals and political allies, Congress has a responsibility to act," and they do. They don't have a responsibility to sit on their hands and just be like, "Oh, well, he's the president." No, it's wrong. You pardon a narcotics kingpin, yet you just went in to Venezuela, stole the president. Has anybody heard from him or his wife?
No, and I've been
all right.
wondering, like, where they at?
Where are they?
No word. We haven't heard any word.
I know we saw them go to their initial hearing, but where are they? Are these people okay? Are they still among the living? I don't know. But anyway, you go and you grab him, steal their oil, and deposited the $500 million into his bank account in Qatar. It is ridiculous the amount of criminality that is happening right now. So I guess we'll see how far this bill, this act, how far they take it. Let's see if other Republicans will have the heart and the stamina to fight with them, because somebody's got to put a stop to this, and it's ridiculous. So we'll see. I'll keep watching to see how far this goes, if they get any traction, if it gets past Mike Johnson, because Keebler Elf, he's not letting anything hurt his big daddy. Where is the lie?
Oh,
Go
no
ahead.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and
so I just want us to talk about now. We talked. They said ICE is supposed to be pulling out of Minneapolis, right out of Minnesota. Right. I see you shaking your head, Nikki. I see you. Yeah. So let's talk about it. So there's a timeline from yesterday, the 17th of February, because they supposed to be getting their behinds up out of there, right? So at 7:30, it was a packed room at the council meeting. They met to discuss, demanding resolutions. What's going on? I thought y'all was getting up out of here. That was at 7:30 a.m. By 8 o'clock, judge ordered release of a man arrested by ICE at Government Center. 18-year-old man was arrested in a chaotic scene. And a federal judge demanded his release. That was at 8 a.m. By 10 a.m., a lot of early activity in the Twin Cities. Once again, despite the supposed withdrawal, the federal immigration agents at it again, harassing people, kicking in doors, raiding people's homes, doing all of the unlawful things. By 10:50, they had a Tricia McLaughlin reportedly leaving the DHS. Let's see, Homeland Security Assistant Secretary is leaving her post. Guess she worked for him. A public opinion sours against the hardline approach with her. I wonder why she leaving. Good 12:05 p.m. Bruce Springsteen will start arena tours in Minnesota. They get some entertainment. Let me tell you this one. Still at 1 o'clock, a whole lot of activity going on. ICE in Minnesota, busy day right after the love holiday, harassing people, chasing people down, crashing cars, all of that good stuff. That's what they call it. 4 p.m., an ICE contract worker accused of trying to hire a woman for sex. Yeah, these are the people who've been hired or deputized to harass American citizens. Yeah, he's trying to hire him some, He's trying to get him some. By 4:23, House Republicans deflect ICE surge questions. They don't want to answer no questions. They ain't got nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. This is all in one day, February 17th, all in one day. When are they leaving? We're going to ask Miss Nikki that when she gets up here, because she's right in the thick of it. When they leaving? Or was it all fluff?
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. The games is so prevalent. Like, we see they play just as many games as their president do.
They're saying one thing and they're doing another. Exactly. Bottom line, they're saying, "Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get everyone out." That's what they're saying. A pair of lips will tell you anything. Actions speak louder than words. So they're just saying that to appease, But however, they're still there. When are y'all gonna start making some arrests? Because they're not supposed to be there. So at this point, anybody they're messing with is kidnapping. It was always kidnapping, if you ask me. But you know.
And we still ain't found out where the kids are.
Where are the children? Especially now. Yeah. Where are the children? We need to know these.
We know what y'all fetish.
We know what y'all do with
y'all taste is. Okay.
Ugh.
Disgusting.
Miss Morningstar, let's go ahead and take a quick break. Okay. When we come back, I got a couple articles I want to go over because I got questions. And I need the American people to start thinking, because where are the children? And I want to know what's going on in New Mexico with that ranch that they just raided. and they're gonna start digging to try and find. Anyway, we'll talk about it. You are listening to Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Do you relate to the phrase, "Don't let the pretty face fool you"? That's the motto behind our Pretty Gangster hoodie. I myself am not a people person, so we have a hoodie for that too. Our hoodies do the talking, so you don't have to. Want someone to read your hoodie and think, "Yep, I feel the exact same way"? Or do you want to teach someone how to pray and thank God? Then head on over to our sassy black and white hoodie collection, located in our TikTok shop, and order yours today.
Find us at Sparkle Kicks on Etsy, TikTok, and ourplugs.com.
This is Transformation Training Academy. If you're someone that people walk up to and just talk to and tell all their business to and they don't know you, this is your sign. If you're ready to level up, Transformation Training Academy is ready for you. Coach Nikki and Counselor Nikki push you past your limits into your purpose. We help you break patterns, build confidence, and create real change. Your breakthrough isn't someday, it's today. Contact us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans with fresh food baskets each and every day, because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hand.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugs.com. Also, check out morningstarboutiquebytam.com, where your light owns your style.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Okay, so did you want to elaborate on that article still, Ms. Morningstar?
You know what? I just wanted to, I want to actually skip real quick just to one topic that we touched on about the Reverend Jesse Jackson. He passed away. He was 84 years old. And a lot of people send memories of him. They sent their condolences out. Biden, of course, the Obamas, Al Sharpton, all the people, who understand and believe in the civil rights movement. But then we get the man with the dead hand.
Please don't piss me off. Please.
The thing about this narcissist, he's a narcissist. He's a malignant narcissist. He needs all of the attention. He needs all of the
Please, sis.
all the time. And
do not piss me off.
What he did, and I ain't gonna go through the whole reading of what he said. He went on there with nice things to say about Reverend Jackson. However, he tried to make it like they were just such good friends, more like business partners. Probably years and years and years ago, I think he rented out some space in Trump Tower rented, paid a bill some time ago, but he had to throw a shot at President Barack Obama.
I'm telling you that man,
The obsession, right? He had to say how Reverend Jackson, who's no longer with us, he's with the ancestors. He had to say how he despised President Barack
No,
Obama,
he didn't.
and we all know that's a whole lie. Okay, we know that's a whole lie. We saw him at that inauguration, crying because he was so proud to see all of their marches and everything they did. Him and Martin Luther King and the rest of the civil rights activists paid off. We had our first Black president. Yeah, he got caught on the hot mic. He said some stuff. They apologized. You know, family do that. Sometimes we say stuff to each other and we might say it when we don't think you hear it, but we love you anyway.
We're not a monolith, and we're not always gonna agree. Yeah. I mean, so, and that's fine. But Mr. Morningstar, when you and I were talking about this earlier today, and I told you I wish that I just imagine Jesse Jackson standing at the pearly gates, and once this man takes his final blink, Jesse's standing there saying, "What'd you say about me, sir? You can't even come here. No.
Entry. Your ticket is downstairs.
You go in there, sir. Let me redirect you. Don't speak for me. Don't speak for him. You don't even want to honor his legacy. He fought for civil rights, and you want to diminish and take it away. Talking about this reverse racism on white men. Y'all are pathetic. And anybody that follows him, you're pathetic, period. I don't care.
Yeah.
No, hey, it is what it is. Don't speak for Jesse Jackson. His family needs to speak for him, not you.
Trump, stay out of Black folk business.
Okay? Just because your hands is black, don't make you black.
Stay out of Black folk business. They handle that in-house, okay? That's over with. It ain't none of your business. Stay out of Black folk business. I know you admire us, but stay out of our business.
And Barack, President Obama, if you are listening, please listen to DJ Kitty. Get your restraining order. Oh boy is obsessed with you. You and Michelle. Nah, they ain't fans. They are obsessed, sis. They are obsessed. He dreams about Obama.
He can't go with a day without him coming out, like saying his name out of his mouth. He can't go a whole day. It's sickening.
It is.
But that's all I had, Kitty. I mean, I do have some else, but I know you had some stories, so go ahead.
I wanted to talk about so early voting has started in Texas today.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. And I will be voting on Thursday. Sure will. I need to read over the amendments and make sure that I truly understand them. And and remember that Greg Abbott, we need to get him up on out of here. Remember that Jasmine Crockett is on the ballot. We need to make sure that she gets to the Senate. I don't know about Talarico, whatever his name is, sir. When I saw your commercial, I wasn't gonna vote for you anyway. I'm voting for the educated Black woman, period. But your commercial really upset me. Don't play dirty. We see how you are. You are no different from the Republicans. Don't try and put dirt on her name to make you look better. Okay? We're not doing this again. Anywho,
did you see Wesley Hunt?
Wesley Hunt is hilarious. Boy, please.
But that big Eggo waffle head.
Boy, stop.
It was like he put all this Vaseline on his face. Big old shining nickel looking bug dancing.
Called the man a nickel, y'all.
You big shining nickel. Yeah, that's what he is. He looking with his Becky.
Okay.
And she a straight Becky. She don't go for you, bruh. She don't go for you. Trust me. She know what she doing. She getting whatever she can, that money or whatever out of you. She don't go for you. But it was funny to watch.
I mean, what's funny is how they're saying he voted for Trump. I mean, the worst thing you can do is tell people that you are supporting the man. His Trump's approval rating is like 19%. Why would anybody
negative?
Negative. Why would anybody be saying, "Oh, I vote with"? Well, guess what? You won't be elected because that's just not smart. MAGA candidate in Texas is identified as owner of one of Epstein's properties. A businessman running to be Texas comptroller has been revealed as the person who bought Jeffrey Epstein's infamous New Mexico ranch. And TikTok, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is my opinion. Anyway, word on the street is the state is looking at digging up and monitoring what's in the ground at that New Mexico ranch, because where are the children? Where are they at? And why did I can't say too much. I can't say too much because y'all know TikTok is very sensitive. Okay, but who orders barrels of acid? What would you order them for? Anyway, let me keep going. Don Huffines, 67. Y'all heard what I said. A self-described MAGA Trump Republican is the current owner of former Zorro Ranch in Santa Fe County. Okay. The property includes 26,700 square foot hilltop mansion where the late billionaire sex offender, F1 in the comments, please, abused victims over a 26-year period. 26 years. The house was first, the mansion was first put up for sale in July 2021, 2 years after Epstein's suicide in New York City jail cell, and was valued at $27.5 million. So he's on the ballot. Y'all don't vote for him.
Plain and simple. You see the boldness of these creeps? You got the nerve with a past like that. We know your past. You're going to put yourself on the back because they are that cocky, y'all. They're that cocky.
And they think that because they have money,
can do whatever
and
they
power,
want and get away with it.
Exactly. They can do whatever they want and get away with it. These are acres of land that they need to actually inspect, do the cadaver dogs.
Did you say farmland?
It's a ranch.
Because if I could recall in a story we heard not that long ago, Sasha, by the name of Sasha, said it was a lot of farmland he was being taken to. And they had tents. And they used to, it'd be in places everywhere. Texas, Phoenix, just everywhere. And they would fly them into remote farmland. And they would have like circus tents up. Where they would have all those illegal activities happening.
Yeah. He will never get my vote, ever. There's so much to say. There's a lot in this article, but I'm just going to say this. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there is smoke, there is fire. He said that if they came, his words, let me read his words exactly. The owners have never been approached by local, state, or federal law enforcement requesting the access to San Rafael Ranch. If and when they do, of course, there will be I want to say that he meant to say granted full and complete cooperation. We will see. We will see if you will give full and complete cooperation when they come knocking and they've got the cadaver dogs and they've got the sonar to go down there and see what's buried. Over 400,000 children are missing this year alone. 400,000 children. I'm disgusted.
You said this year?
As of this year. Let me say
okay.
As of
hold up. I said hold up. What?
No, as of
all
this
on the
year.
plate. What's
my
going
bad.
on? But I got you. No, I got you.
As of this year,
Make sure
that's
we-
500,000, and that's only what's been reported. That's not including from other countries, the children that have been snatched up. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Men in power. Anyway, you want to go ahead and bring the sisters up? I got several articles that I could talk about, but I would like to bring up my sisters so we can get on to this owning the day and regulating our emotions, because right now my emotions is on go. Where the cheering at?
Imagine not looking for your child. Imagine we haven't heard anything about looking for the kids, because we should see these things. Like right now, they've been looking for Nancy Guthrie mama for 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. And God, I know I'm not saying they shouldn't be looking for this lady, right?
Well, you know, they don't nationalize everybody.
I know. That's what I was about to say. Some people get more attention in national news, like what's the little blonde girl that passed away?
John Benet Ramsey.
Not her.
Which one?
Last year, year before, when her and her husband went on that trip.
Oh yeah.
He had unalived her.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name right now, but
it's so many.
400
They get all the attention.
Exactly. So I'm just curious. I'm with Kitty. Like, where the churn at? Somebody tell me.
Unfortunately, I think some of these parents be complicit. You know what I mean? I think some of these parents getting a little money for their assistance or turning their head.
I believe that, because there's no way all of these. The same thing with Diddy. Same thing with R. Kelly.
Right.
These teenagers, these young girls, these people didn't. Gabby Petito, thank you, Jamillionaire. They didn't just drive themselves. They didn't just find themselves in the midst of J.E.'s location to be. Money makes people do things that are questionable.
But I'm gonna say this: Powerful Black Woman said it's bigger than Trump and Epstein. This mess has been going on for ages, even through the Trump. Even though Trump is in the file, absolutely, it's been going on for ages. But it's been clocked back to at least the 70s, as far as I read.
No. Okay, I need y'all to just stop right now and just take a breath. This has been going on since our ancestors put on that boat.
Yeah, I'm talking about from without the read.
But I'm saying that everything that's coming out now and all the things that they've been doing is exactly what they did to our ancestors.
Yeah.
Way more. It's just right now we have social media, so it's all over in these files. However, our ancestors, there's a reason why I am unfortunately as bright as I am. It goes back to all of us, not any of us. Every last one of us had an ancestor that was on the bottom, shackled to a boat, the bottom of a boat, got here, was enslaved, and women were treated just like these little girls.
Yeah.
They didn't care anything about the age of a little girl.
That was a non-factor back then. It's still a non-factor. It continued on.
What we're finding out nowadays is, lately in the last few months, is that there was no bottom.
No.
There's no low. There is no low that you can go low enough for humanity, for us to think. Like, we've seen movies, we've seen atrocities, but to read and find out things that people that are in positions of power or that run around here acting like they are, caring about the country, and you find out the things they used to do is just like, I've never had my mouth just hung open so much from reading just one thing right after the other. Like, you got to be kidding me. This can't be real. And
they said it was. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'll finish.
Oh, they said it was like a pyramid scheme of the way they had it set up. Like, there'd be some girls, and then stuff would happen to them, and then they would send them to go get more girls, and then they would bring them back, and then they It
That's
was like a
absolutely
pyramid
true.
scheme.
I looked at the that was on when before the files even came out when they did the Netflix thing on
Mhm.
Jeffrey Epstein. That is how that's why a lot more of this happened prior to them being on that island. There was a
Right.
lot going on in Florida while Trump was his neighbor in so many ways. They lived a couple houses down from each other. It was a lot going on, and those children were being recruited and going
Yeah,
to the high school and picking up new girls and bringing them back constantly.
I
disgusting.
want to say,
Thank
I want to say they said Pam was the she was over the law enforcement at that time when that was happening in Florida.
Oh, I just saw some stories about her as well. What bothers me, I think, down to my core, and I usually don't let a lot of things bother me down to my core, but to find out that there are
Grown women.
that are doing these things to young girls. They are recruiting, knowing what's going to happen to them. Like you
Well,
have
they slime. They just
broken
slimy as the men.
soul.
Ain't nobody different. They
Good
even worse.
Lord. They are worse. I see you worse than a man. If you're a woman and you know what women go through and you bring them to them, knowing what's gonna happen, you are worse. That's true.
Y'all know we only got half of the files. There's still 2.5 million documents in
Yeah.
video.
That
You
ain't
know
what
what they try to say?
said, though. Guess what they said? You got it all. You got it all.
Yeah.
That's okay. They can say whatever because
But
everybody
before that,
got it. So we can get it from other countries. They ain't got to
and
give it
then
to us. They're not going to.
they asked her,
Hey, Chop.
why weren't they releasing like the other 3 million? Did you hear what she said?
No, I didn't. I
She tried to say they were duplicates.
Oh no.
She tried to say that they're duplicates, so they've given out everything. They ain't 3 million duplicates, ma'am. The 3
We
million
will
that
find
you
out from
keeping.
France. We will find out from other
From
countries.
other
'Cause
countries.
at this point, I don't believe anything that the FBI has to say. As
Nothing.
long as Tangled Eye and Pam
Do
Mom is
that.
up in there, I have no.
Baby, all you gotta do
French
is put
government.
Tangled Eye in the hot seat, baby. Them eyes gonna start roaming. He gonna
Fuck
get
it.
behind, moving. What you talking about?
I'm gonna just start calling him. Who you looking at?
Tangled
That's
Eye.
hilarious.
Google
Who you looking at?
eyes.
All
Well,
right.
the thing about
Let's
it
get
is,
into the topic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the thing about it is there's already 3 million documents. What else do we need? Like, what else do we really need?
We
If
need
it's
them. We need them
anything worth-
unredacted. We need them unredacted. They
That ain't
gave them
happening.
4
It's not-
computers for a bunch of people, so they know it's slowing down. They know what's coming. It's a
That ain't
slow
gonna
train, but it's coming. It's
It
a
ain't
crash.
gonna
Miss
happen. We're gonna
Jack-
have to find out the way we find
Yeah.
out.
Let me just say this. Let's not put our hopes
I'm not.
in this government doing anything that it's supposed to do. We will find out from other countries because our government's not smart at all. They are
None.
Stupid.
They gave all of the information to other governments, and that's where we will get our information because those files are not are not redacted. So I'm not gonna worry about what they say over here. What we've got right now, we are still unraveling, and when we get the rest, baby, they need to start pulling folks up out of there. I'm tackling folks. Y'all seen that video of that man that pay me and I'll tackle your baby daddy? They need to start tackling some folks. Get
I've never
up out of
seen it.
there. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we got right into we got to get into our topic because we'll be all day talking about the nastiness of this administration. All right, ladies, you are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing. It's a movement. Our comfortable confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now, I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit marakeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who send us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DJ Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. So we are going to get into our topic for this morning, regulating your emotions and owning the day. We've got Counselor Nikki and we've got Miss Shanika to host.
Good morning.
And get into it. Yes, go right ahead, ladies. You got the show.
Good morning.
All right. So whenever I think of I figure we talk about emotion regulation a little bit and then talk about how we own our days. Whenever I think about emotion regulation, I think about dialectical behavioral therapy, or DBT. And DBT talks a lot about being aware of your emotions, understanding them, and regulating them. So it talks about being aware of how we feel about things as it happens throughout our day. So not letting yourself run away, aware is oh, my body feels tight, my chest feels tight, something's wrong. Understanding would be, I know that when A, B, C, and D happens, that I need to make sure that I'm able to breathe and stop in a moment and do something about it. Or maybe, I feel anxious right now. I understand what I'm feeling in the moment and being able to name it. And then regulating is stopping in the moment, doing something about it, and not answering in that high, intense emotional feeling. So that's kind of the basis of emotion regulation. Ms. Jack?
So I have regulating your emotions is the ability to exert control over your own emotional state. Regulating or controlling your emotions is a very hard thing to do, but it gets easier with practice. Life is going to put you in so many different situations that you don't know how to handle, but you must have a baseline, and that baseline is how to calm yourself without the help of anyone else. And I think that's what Nikki was talking about. You have to know, if I know this causes me anxiety, then I have to prepare myself with the steps that I know I can process my anxiety, because other people's ways of doing things don't work for you. So you have to have your own baseline of how you deal with things to control yourself. And some of the healthy ones are, some people count. And I know people do that with children, usually more than grown-up adults. They count just to control their emotions. And what it's supposed to do is take you, give you some time in between the incident, give you time to calm yourself, calm your body. Some people smoke. Not that I'm promoting that, but if it works for you, it works. And I've had to ask people, what does it do? Because I used to work at a substance abuse center. I used to say, this was cigarettes though, people. What does it do? They said it calms my nerves. I'm not even going to debate that because I don't know what it does to them, but it does something to them. And they know that that's their baseline. I know how to calm myself down and control my emotions with that. Some people walk away, which is something I know I personally will walk away if the situation permits. Now, some situations won't let you walk away, but I will walk off while you still talking, especially if you're frustrating me. And I know that I'm getting to a point, because only I know that point of no return. And I'm a Capricorn. You get 0 or you get 100. So I'm gonna walk away while we're still at 100. And that is what can calm them down with words. These are some of the healthy methods that I see for self-regulating your control.
I would say it takes some discipline to be able to use emotional regulation. Like, I would definitely, I know that it's not something you just can do off top. You have to work towards being able to practice that, because that's hard to do. That's hard.
You know what else? It's different for different people too. Yeah. Because different people are going to test you in different ways, I'll say, but you get frustrated differently with different, at work is different than with your family, different types of people, different types of emotions, things like that. So yeah, you're right.
Our nervous system regulates, sends our emotions out to be, to tell us something's wrong, or to tell us what's happening, something's happening. So it could be that I'm excited. It could be that somebody did something that's against my values. It's that a need of mine is not getting met. It's that you stepped on a boundary of mine. So it gives us information. It's like a fever when you're sick. It says, hey, something's going on. So one of the things that you're doing to try to regulate it is finding a way to stop in that moment when it's a safe time to do so. If you need to, fight, flight, or freeze, if you need to do something to get out of it, you got to go do what you got to do. You can't do it at that moment. But if it's safe to do so, stopping in that moment and checking in. Maybe you notice when I start to get angry or I start to have strong emotions, my heart starts, beating real fast. Like, notice what your physical signs are. Notice what is happening in your head, what your thoughts are, and your feelings. So if you can't come up with that feeling right away, one of those things would let you know, hey, I need to stop and do something.
I know when I feel like I want to fight, my heart starts beating real fast. Like any type of altercation, anxiety, anytime you get put in a weird situation and you don't know how to handle it, you get that anxiety and your heart starts beating real fast because you don't really know how to react to it. Some of it may be foreign, something might be new, like a new situation.
Yeah, your body definitely tells you, because I know I actually get shaky, and I have emotion with my leg where it will start shaking, and that means I'm at I'm about to pop off. You better run. And your body does tell, like you said, Nikki, the nervous system, it just completely, voice may start cracking, things start happening because you are at that point.
You see the signs of what may happen. So what do you do to calm yourself, Miss Morningstar?
Usually I have to walk away, and I utilize the countdown system. Sometimes it depends on where I'm at, space I'm at. If I'm in a tight space where I may not have that much room to get away, I might do the breathing method, take a deep breaths, because, inhale, exhale, blow out your mouth, though I have done, and people may think you're crazy when you're doing that, but they don't understand how you're saving them.
Saving your life, baby. What about you, DJ Kitty?
Well, when it comes to me and controlling my emotions, I tried, number one, to not put myself in situations where I know I am going to be tested. It's real easy to think, okay, I'm just going to go hang out. And I had to tell myself this personally. I was hanging out with a group of people thinking that, we're all cool and everything. But I could tell that every time it was time for me to go hang out, my body, when you said signals, my body, I would get anxiety. And they're supposed to be friends. So I had to tell myself, let me step away. I'm with Miss Morningstar. I would rather you notice my absence or not, and me keep my head level than me taking it there. I am too grown to be scrapping out here. But
Okay.
this mouth
Oh.
is I've come a long way, and I have tried to work on my passive aggressiveness. However, I am quick to say, stop talking to me. Period. Just don't talk to me. And you take that how you feel. If I feel like if I continue to talk to you, I know how I am. It's just easier for me to tell you, stop talking to me, because I have no problems with stop talking to you. So
Because
that's
it's
how
not
I
going to get
handle
any
it.
better.
Ma'am.
I said, because it's not going to get any better. The more you
Not
have a conversation with somebody that's already frustrated you, because you do have people that are nitpicky. Some people want to keep talking when
and
you have already
poking
stated that I don't want to talk. Yes, they
and
feel like
poke.
they trying to get a reaction, or they feel offended. Like, you're not going to tell me to stop talking to you. And they want
I
to
am.
get a rise out of you. And yeah,
No, I'm
you did
just,
the right thing.
it's simple. Stop talking to me. And you may have some words that come behind that I'm not privy to say on the radio.
Exactly.
But, that's just the best way for me. I try to stay away from situations where I don't like you.
Well, that is a healthy method. There's some poor methods, okay, of emotional regulation. Acting impulsively, getting easily frustrated by small problems, losing your temper, mood swings, or having trouble calming down once you're upset, and finally feeling emotionally out of control. So those are the poor methods. If you can't unfrustrate yourself, if you can't control your emotions, you really need to probably seek some therapy and figure out why you as a grown person cannot regulate your emotions. Some people are grown. Some people grow up in households where it is taught. Even if it's taught, they still don't learn it. So you can't just expect everybody to know how to regulate their emotions. But if you know that you cannot do it, then there's something that you really need to work on. As a grown up, crying is not it. Expressing yourself violently is not a way to regulate your emotions.
Right.
So,
Those poor methods usually come with consequences. So of not regulating. And also sometimes people just don't want to. They don't even try to make an excuse about it. They just think it's cute, like this is who I am. Like nobody has to accept that.
No.
Nobody has to accept that's just who you are because you're too grown.
And that's when I'll walk away and leave you standing there by yourself. Even if you're my friend. I don't have a lot of friends that can't really regulate. And we've been in the military. Most of my friends are Army, and we've been through some situations, and they've gotten to the point where now, they were in charge of soldiers, so they had to regulate their emotions, to be in charge of people. But to be a grown up and not be able to do it is crazy.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
And it does happen. It happens to a lot of people, you see them all over the news. They crashed out,
Our president can't control his emotions. So if it's upstarted,
first of all, he is not my president. That man is not
the president. I'm sorry. The president can't even control his emotions. And that's a good example of a person that can't control their emotions. A grown up, big grown. He'll be 80 soon. Well, hopefully not.
Well,
yeah. And trauma changes things too, because if you have had trauma, you start to not trust your nervous system anymore. You feel like you have to control everything that's around you. So it kind of becomes hard to control your emotions because you're not sleeping, you're not resting, you don't have a routine, you don't trust things, you're trying to control your environment, and you can be easily frustrated and have some stronger emotions behind it. So people, who have had trauma in their life often start to not trust that fight or flight. They decide to go into manual mode instead of letting your nervous system help you out.
Yeah, we have a few comments that I'd like to read, if that's okay, from TikTok. We've got We've got T Wiz. T Wiz, I'm
Don't read
gonna go
her.
get my belt. I promise you, I'm gonna go get my belt. T Wiz said, "I'm excellent at self-regulating at work. After work is a work in progress, and I understand that. At work, I regulate myself. Half times, I just, I say what I have to say, and that's it. I don't want to go into. I don't feel like I need to explain myself." And then she said, "I have to stop talking because I'm not passive aggressive. I'm aggressive aggressive. I get it, T Wiz. We know." And
She is.
lastly, she said, "Your president can't control his bowels." And I will have to agree with you on that. Go ahead, ladies. I just wanted to read the comments.
Oh my goodness. Okay. What does it mean to own the day? To own the day means you have to be intentional with your day every day and be intentional with your calendar and your time. So to me, that means taking ownership and schedule how to own the day. So one of the ways to own the day is schedule, but don't panic. And what I mean by schedule, but don't panic, is to schedule time with your friends, vacations, days off for mental health, schedule plans to fix finances, pay off debt, what have you. But don't panic. Don't get upset with yourself if you cannot stick to your schedule, because your schedule should be fluid and flexible. So owning your day means pretty much putting your life in control of you in control of your life and your day. Sometimes we get so stuck. If you put a calendar together and you're putting things on a date, and if you can't get, some people have really bad anxiety. Some people are type A personalities, and they feel like if it's got to be done by the 14th, it's got to be done by the 14th. That puts more stress on you. You're letting the day control you, more or less. You're not controlling your day. So you can plan things out just to keep like a guideline or whatever, but don't panic if you can't stick to it. And that way you'll be controlling and owning your day. Nobody's going to change what you have planned. If you change it, that's fine. But letting other people dictate what you're doing is not owning your day.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And it starts before your day even starts. Like owning the day, like it starts with intention, right? Like you're waking up, you might do some affirmations when you wake up. You set your intention for the day. In the midday, you stop, you breathe for 5 minutes somewhere along the line to get back grounded into what's happening in your day and staying with that intention. And at night, you get a bedtime routine going. Maybe you have some hot tea, you get you a hot shower, you have some relaxing music on, and then you shut everything down and go to bed. So owning the day, it starts before the day even starts.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people they work better with schedules, and I know if you think about it, when you have children, you put them on a schedule, and then you kind of build your schedule around those children and making sure that X, Y, Z, and then as parents, you try and plan out, but always remember that not everything's gonna go as you plan it, and you have to be able to maneuver through the ups and downs, because life happens. Life is lifing, especially today.
Roll with the punches.
Can I say this? I never work good on the schedule.
You don't?
I work better with owning just the day and getting things. I'll know things that I need to do, but I've never ever worked good on a schedule. Schedules work against me, and
Really?
it might just be because of who I am. It's not I don't think it's a good or a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm very particular about getting to like events on time, but I'm not conducive to a calendar schedule, and I've tried it and it just doesn't work for me. It falls apart. So I think everybody has to go about owning their day at their own individuality, like who they are, because sometimes you can own your day, and if you're on it, like I've noticed in my past, when I do work on a schedule, I don't feel like I'm in control. I feel like I got to meet these deadlines. Okay, I'm late,
Exactly.
and it might induce some anxiety for me and some panic. Like I'm late, I didn't do this at 1 o'clock, and it's now 3 or 2. And to me, that wouldn't be owning my day. That's just my opinion.
That's what I was saying. the schedule, but don't panic. You have a schedule in your head because you said, I know what I have to get done. I'm just not going by a standard set time, date, blah, blah, blah. You know your job. You know what you got to do when you get there. You don't need paper or scheduler to tell you what you have to do. And it would probably derail everything anyway, because now you're not focused. You focus on the schedule. And another part is called taking ownership. Taking ownership requires self-awareness, intentional inner work, and a commitment to learning from both successes and failures. So once you accept that you have played a part in some of your own problems, that requires you to make inner changes. You should learn from success and failures that neither one of them can happen without the other. So learn a lesson from taking ownership. We've had all kinds of situations in your life where you either succeed or you fail. Those are the only two options you get, succeeding or failing, but you should learn things from both. And if you have to take ownership that, hey, I'm failing because of something I did, then that requires you to do some inner work and looking in towards yourself. Same thing with successes though, because we always focus on fixing ourselves because of a failure. But we also have to learn things from successes. Imagine you want to teach somebody else something. You learned a lot of things from your success. You can now build on that and teach someone else how to start a business or things like that. So take ownership and do some self-awareness.
I like that. I really do. Yeah.
And I love that too. And in taking ownership too, you got to think about, like if you do react in a certain way with some strong emotions, what is mine? Because sometimes we have a tendency to take other people's stuff on, and hold it as ours. What is really mine in this situation? And that's how you become aware. And like you said, and if there's something positive that happens, sit in that, feel that, own it, accept it, because we don't do that. We have goals that we set, and they're awesome, huge goals. We get it, and then we just go to the next one. We didn't sit in it. We didn't feel how good that felt. We didn't let that push us on, and appreciate that and look at that positiveness in that day. We just like, oh, we did that. Okay, now on to the next thing. So give yourself time to feel it, sit in it, enjoy it.
I like that. When to piggyback off of Miss Morningstar, when she said she doesn't go on a schedule, I agree to that to a certain extent. And it really does fall on the type of person you are and the type of position that you have. I live off of a schedule because I have meetings and I have reports and I have deadlines that I have to meet. And I put my stuff on a schedule so that I can complete my task without somebody else piling on, because I have my own responsibilities. And I guess that's why I have to have that schedule, so I can fit in. If you need me to do something else, then I need to find time to fit that in. Otherwise, I'm in finance. I'm dealing with money. And I don't have the luxury of not keeping track. It's so easy, especially with finances, to, I guess, get,
You can get sidetracked easy. I get it. I get it, and I'm in leadership.
Yeah, me too.
Even with me being in leadership, for me, I have meetings. I do keep them on my calendar, and I get notifications. So that might be a way I keep track. Like I said, it's all, it depends. It depends on the type of situation. But with my personal life, no, I don't really schedule it out. Never have. Even with my daughter, I didn't schedule her. She had a schedule. Yeah, she had a bedtime. She had this and she had that. She had dance class. She had ballet. She had all of that. But I never sat down and be like, okay, and created a actual schedule. And some people do, and I admire the people that do that, because I always wanted to do that. I wanted to be that person, but when I discovered, hey, I'm doing it, and I'm not. And I'm beating myself up because I'm not sticking to the schedule, I figured, okay, I work better doing it this way. And that's just how I've been,
My entire life was a schedule. My entire adult life was a schedule. The military life was a schedule. So I can't say I'm not a scheduler. Everything we did.
You come from a different world.
Right. And that's what you were saying. My job, her job, your job, everybody's situation wants a different tracking. That's what I say. Because I couldn't do, like right now, I can't take naps. My husband get up, I'm up. I'm up at like 6 something before he even get up. But I've been trained. My body's been on a schedule to get up and do certain things. So like you said, it's everybody is different. But again, like Morningstar said earlier, she works better with whatever's in her head that she knows. She may look at her list or whatever Monday. Okay, I know I got this coming up. I know I got this. But then you got Kitty who is like, okay, bam, 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 bam. I got to meet this, and this. So it's different. But you just make sure everybody is scheduled, but don't panic. That's what I said. Make a schedule, but don't panic. You can't get it done. Let somebody know.
Schedules are, like you said, they're different. They can be loose. They can be as tight as you need to. They can be as loose as you need them to. So it may be a few things that I have to do this today. But in the morning when I wake up, I am going to try to do some affirmations. In the middle of the day, set your alarm on your watch or something to get up and move for 5 minutes or breathe for 5 minutes. So it's not strict. It's just like, these are some of the things I want to throw in my day, and I'm going to do them where I can do them. If that's who, that's who you are. But if you need them to be scheduled, schedule them. So it just depends on how you work with that.
Absolutely.
I call that owning your day. I love it. I heard it. I call it, owning your day, moving how you want to move.
Yes.
And don't let nobody interrupt it. We get so many things happen. You get sidetracked, and somebody come in and try to mess your day up. Look. We're good over here. I'm still going to keep on track. I'm still going to, move on, get out of my way. Let me do what I need to do to get what I done. Because some people try to enforce their schedule on you. But at my other job, they was like, well, this is how I do it. Okay, that works for you. That don't work.
Yeah, that's when your emotions need to kick in, how to regulate your emotions when someone's coming in to try and switch up your day to fit their narrative. Your emergency does not negate the fact that I already had something going on. And I'm not going to change because you have an emergency. I need you to plan a little bit better, and just take life is right now. Life is so
crazy.
Lifing that
lifing hard.
I told myself that I am not going, especially when it comes to my Black job. I'm not about to stress out. This is my schedule. Yeah. This is what I'm doing. If you need me to do something else, find a spot on my calendar. We can talk about it, and I'll let you know when I can have it complete to you. That's there you go. I got. That's all I got.
Can I say? I think that's what makes us and just tapping into Black history. I'm gonna just say it. That's what makes us as Black women great. We have the diversity, the ability to multitask and to be able to resolve problems and still bounce back and be, mothers, wives, all the things that we need to be in career minded, leaders and just innovators as we are, because we're able to do this. It's miraculous how the brain works and how it allows you in just an 8-hour day be able to accomplish so many things.
I love that.
It's in us. It reminds me of this video I saw of a lady. It was a Black lady on a bus. She had a cake. She had the ice cream. She had balloons for her child's birthday. And she was on the bus going home. And they were like, this is how Black women make it happen. This lady on the vehicle. But she got all she needs on the bus, and she's going home to prepare this birthday for her child. She didn't make excuses about, hey, I don't have. The world doesn't allow us to have as many excuses as they allow other people.
Say that.
We've always been the people to make a way out of no way, and I think that's what makes us stronger mentally than most people. We're used to taking hits and rebounding, and that's what we do in every aspect of our lives. You just, you get knocked down a peg, you go back up 2 more pegs. You tell us we can't read, you don't want us to read, and we learn how to read, and now we excel, and we the most educated in the United States. Shout out to Black women.
Yeah, I love that, Miss.
Shout out to my queens.
Yes, I love that, Shanika. Well said. Very well said. You guys, we are coming up on the ending of our show. Time flies when you're having fun. This is such a great conversation. I will say to our listening audience, please figure out how to regulate your emotion and own the day.
Let me say something real quick.
Yes,
In our TikTok family, I want to shout out Maud. She's been in the hospital with respiratory virus bad. I'm glad you are home, Maud. My sister.
Yes.
I did notice you missing. I am glad you are home and feeling better. You get well and welcome back.
Welcome back, sis. I want to go ahead and give Miss Jack the opportunity to say your last few words for our listening audience.
If you are an adult, please learn how to regulate your emotions and teach your children how to regulate theirs so they don't become grown adults who don't know how to regulate their emotions.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Counselor Nikki.
Your emotions are not the enemy. They are messengers. They're your messengers. They're not the enemy.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Morning Star, can you take us home?
Take me home. Yeah, I'm going to take y'all home. Y'all go out there, be great today. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy your beautiful Wednesday morning. But you got to come back. You got to come back. Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi, and all our TikTok guests and our YouTube guests and our Instagram and Facebook. We need you guys to come back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time to listen to our mentors who lead as we talk about some powerful activists tomorrow. Again, rest in power to Jesse Jackson. Truly a force to be reckoned. We will miss you dearly, brother. Get your rest. Y'all have a wonderful day. Enjoy. We'll see you guys back tomorrow. Thank you. As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guests. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.